This is the biggie. It's season finale time in the Youth Academy RTG, and today we find out whether we will or will not be winning the Premier League this season. We have second placed Arsenal to play in this season finale. They also have a game in hand on us, but our gap sits at 5 points. So should they win that game in hand and we can avoid defeat against Arsenal, provided we win our two other games against Leeds and Aston Villa, we'll be crowned champions at the end of the season, meaning we can focus solely on cup competitions next year. With regards to the squad, there's certainly areas to improve, and we'll be looking to do so in the summer. One final opportunity for you guys to leave your kit suggestions and fan objective feedback in the comment section and or over on Twitter and or Instagram DMs. So follow the link in the description to the Twitter post where you can leave your pictures, or of course, like I say, DM me on Instagram with your suggestions as well. And of course, fan objectives, you can just leave those in the comment section and we will go through them in due course on stream and pick our favourites. Right, it's all on the line here. It's all or nothing today. Premier League title or no dice. But regardless, we will have Champions League football next season once more here at AFC Chesnoid, and hopefully we'll make it out the group stage next year. Starting with Leeds away, following that up with the big game against Arsenal at home, and then a trip to Villa Park. If you want to leave your prediction right now, then feel free to do so in the comment section without skipping to the end and cheating. Do you think we'll do it? Do you think we won't? I think we will, but I don't think it's going to be quite so easy as we hope it might well be. It might come down to the final day. I have a horrible feeling Arsenal might beat me. Right, let's go to Elland Road and take it one game at a time. As ever, please drop the video a thumbs up. Really helps the content. Subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any more of this save moving forward. And hopefully, next time we do like a single clump piece to camera, we'll be Premier League champions. Leeds United line up with Martin van Fort in goal, Cody Drama, Eric Garcia, Kim Min Jae and Sergio Gomez at left back. Moises Caicedo and Joe Fairman in the midfield with Austin Hart, Anthony Elanga and Yunus Musa as a ridiculously fast midfield three. In the advanced positions with Schroeder up top at centre forward. There's a really, really good quality team for Leeds United, but they're not having a great season all told. We don't have a massively quality full 11, but we certainly do have a couple of standout players. And as a team, we are particularly impressive, and they might be in trouble here. Romero nailed after just a few moments. And the referee's going to come across here and potentially deal with Austin Hart. It's just a yellow. He's been lucky. Caicedo could have maybe intercepted that there, Javi Parra. Nice block. It'll fall kindly for Fleming. We've been contemplating... Oh, dear. We've been contemplating upgrading in a wide area for next season. And you guys are absolutely certain that you would like Fleming to be the man that stays in the starting lineup over Alex Salah. Fleming is slightly lower rated, only by 1, but as you quite rightly pointed out, Fleming came through our youth academy. He is a homegrown talent, whereas Alex Salah we bought in from elsewhere. So absolutely, I'm on board with keeping Alex Fleming in the starting lineup and looking to replace Alex Salah in the 11. Salah obviously will still have a massive part to play throughout the course of the season, and you guys are also very keen, and I guess understandably so as well, that Salihovic starts next season ahead of Nacho Salinas, where there is no room for sentiment at the very top level, and Salihovic is the man that delivers more than Nacho does. Tom Edwards isn't bad either. Still our league top goal scorer and potentially the league top goal scorer too. And Salihovic gets the contribution. Even when he doesn't score himself, he's setting teammates up instead. Fantastic move for him. Ref. Oh dear. It's Hart again, I'm sure. Already booked after 3 minutes. Now might get that red card that he managed to avoid earlier. It is a second yellow. It is a straight red for Austin Hart. Absolutely lost his head. You cannot do that. That's criminal from him. His teammates will be furious. Already 1-0 down. And now a man down too. Can get his feet sorted out quickly enough there, Patrick Guy. Navarrete will close down Yunus Musa. And Schroeder turns home the effort. Just as Middlesbrough did. Leeds United have scored against us with 10 men. Lovely ball through, and the accuracy of this pullback from Yunus Musa is top quality, as is that finish. Well intercepted by Ramon Navarrete. We read that nicely. Lovely spin by Patrick Guy as well. And look at the space out there for Salah. It's actually Ramon Navarrete, the right back, buries it on his left foot, tucked very low and into the corner, and we have our winning advantage back again. That might well be Navarrete's first goal for the club, and it could be one of the most important goals of the entire season. Fleming's done well to win it back. We could kill them off quite quickly here now. If they're rocking a bit. Salihovic, Fleming, Patrick Guy. Big save by Van der Voort to keep his team in it. I thought that was it. I thought that was the moment we went 3-1 up, got a 2-goal advantage and sealed the win. Salah nods that down. Guy will pick it up. I could have had a free kick. Para! Woo! Para's long shots are pretty good, you know. Salah with the delivery again, looking for Francisco. As far as I'm concerned, was fouled there. It might just go down as a strong challenge. Edwards brings that down. No, he doesn't. He doesn't bring it down at all. 2-1 up at half-time, but not 3. Para. Romero. Edwards is in. If we can find him. I've got Salihovic with me. Finish that, mate. That's the game right then and there if that goes in. Joey Firman going off for them now, and Sam Greenwood coming on in that forward advanced central attacking midfield role. Oh, if we don't get 3 points from this now, it'll be thanks to that one Salihovic opportunity. We said that he was more deadly than Nacho, which he certainly is. But that was the Nacho Salinas thing to do in a key moment like that. Edwards forward. Salihovic plays that in. Edwards is going again. This time he can play in. Guy has Salah arriving. Alex Salah to seal it. That will be 3 points. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias, Alex Salah. We will take the win and take our Premier League lead into the game against Arsenal. Surely now he'll blow that final whistle. Javi Para defends very, very resolutely. He might only be 77 rated, but he certainly has a part to play in the side as it stands. See, Milo Baumann normally starts in that position, but he's been out injured, and Javi Para has slotted right in and done very well indeed. Arsenal have Fulham away on this particular match day. Not sure how they're going to get on against Fulham. Fulham aren't a great side, and indeed they do win. They were on 71, they're up to 74, and I don't think they have their game in hand yet. They might do. By the time we get to this next game against Arsenal, they have played their game in hand, and they've drawn it. So as we head into this game at Patreon Park against second-placed Arsenal, all we need to do is avoid defeat and we'll be crowned champions right then and there. Arsenal are, well, outrageous still. Ramsdale, Mazraoui, Ginter, Pacho and Fran Garcia. Xavi Simons, Camavinga, Fede Valverde, Bukayo Saka, Joao Felix and Gabby Martinelli. All we've got to do is not lose. We can afford to lose and still win the title if we then head and beat Aston Villa. But if we could just avoid defeat here, then the title is ours right here, right now, on our own patch. Biggest game of the save so far, underway. Try and get this inside to Edwards, who's now 90 rated. Tom Edwards, it's a lovely turn. The pass is exquisite, and Salihovic's shot is going to fall free. And Fleming, the man that you've chosen to stay in the starting lineup, the man that came through our youth system, might just have won us the league. If we are to win the league today, I'd love for it to come through a player that came through our youth setup and wasn't someone that was bought from elsewhere, and that might just have happened. Really lucky bounce, but with the amount of unlucky bounces we've had go against us this season, I am not complaining at all. And what a finish too. There was space there to try and find, and it couldn't be found. And Bukayo Saka's footwork is unreal. Mazraoui now gets it down the line to him, and Francisco's drawn out of position here to try and deal with it. But deal with it he has. Our potential to be special centre-back, up to 83 rated now, and will probably follow the Ben Jack trajectory next season. Francisco, it was a big, brave decision to put him in the side at 72, 73 rated, but my God, has he come of age in this team. Edwards looking through the gap for Ramon Navarrete, actually, that was forward there from right back, but no goal, but still we lead. Good interception, Fede Valverde knocked off it, and, well, I said, Fleming scoring is one thing, but what would make it absolutely perfect is if Tom Edwards does, and he hasn't! You can see what I was trying to do there, slow down, and then I wanted to turn onto his left, and he just didn't. He took it on his right, and he's missed the target. Saka. He's past me. Francisco gets the toe in. Oh! Slightly greedy from Joao Felix to try the shot from there like that. Lovely switch. Just waited well enough to ensure that Saka can't get there. Para through that gap. And Guy to Edwards. Salah's arriving. Alex Salah. Got to square that. Selihovic, he had to be involved at some point today with his name on the score sheet. The Phoenixes lead by 2 against the Gunners. I think it's happening. Do we dare believe this early on in this game? Oh, the Olays are coming now. This would be quite the statement to win by such a margin against your nearest rivals, especially the nearest rivals who have such a good team. Francisco could be up for this. It's cleared away as far as Alex Salah. That sat up beautifully for the volley, and if that was on target, Ramsdale may well have had more of a problem with it. Oh, perfect angle for it too. If that doesn't quite bend away the way that it does, maybe it finds its way into the top corner, and that certainly would be winning the league in style. Here they come again. Eduardo Camavinga. Joao Felix is in. Just trying to put him off by putting legs in the way. Camavinga, it's 2-1 with half an hour to play. Back on again. Positioned himself perfectly. Should have the overlapping run of the defender, and he is there, but by taking his time, it's really opened up. Look at the Para. Ball through. Guy! Could have been the guy to help us lift the trophy, but he's pulled the shot. Oh, it's just past the post. Pick off by Ramon Navarrete. And Salah. And Salihovic. That's got to be it. That's got to be it. The cheer from the crowd was so much louder than anything else we've heard before. That could be the title. And Salihovic may well be the man that's come in, replaced Nacho Salinas, and he might have been the difference for us towards the end of this season, but what a finish. Calm and composed, slotting it home. It's happening. It's happening. They need ultimately 3 goals. They need a goal every minute for the remainder of the game to keep the title alive. We could do it right here, right now. Salihovic, go on. It's a big save by Aaron Ramsdale. It's a very, very good stop. Trying to end it in style. With a whirly from distance, we couldn't quite do it. Edwards could have been underneath that. Ben Jackal nod this down. It's going to be cleared away, but that is the Premier League title, League One title, Championship title, Premier League title, assured, done, dusted. We've managed to do it. I don't think we finished top of the table in League Two, did we? We might have done. I'd have to check the career history of the save. But with regards to domestic league content, ultimate objective assured, done. 1 tick in the big box. Now then, next season, we need to win the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, and the Champions League. We are going to get to see the trophy lift here in front of our own fans. Ole, 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 Champione, Champione, ole, ole, ole. 90 rated. Tommy Edwards to lift the title for us. Oh, yes! We did it! We pulled through! Your champions in, Christ knows, 27, 28, is it maybe? Season 7 at least. Might be later than 27, 28. Oh, man. I wasn't sure we'd end up winning the Premier League with this club, this save. We have found it difficult in FIFA 22 and 23 to win league titles. Less so this year than last, but still it's been a challenge. But thanks to the fantastic growth of all of the players in this squad, the number of potential to be special players that came through our youth academy, those that we found from elsewhere that have added to the homegrown blood here in the save. The fireworks are firing. Fans are in delirium in the stands, understandably so. And your Premier League champions, AFC Chesnoid, Patrick Guy, front and centre. Now the trophy front and centre. We've gotten the job done. Good. Let's go and have a season roundup, shall we? And see what we might be thinking about with regards to upgrading the squad for next year. Let's go. So how did everything go down everywhere in this save this season? We simmed the final game of the year on our way to where we are now. It was just a 2-2 draw against Aston Villa. So we end the season on a really nice unbeaten run in the league domestically, all the way, wow, stretching all the way back to Chelsea in January. Since that defeat, we went unbeaten, went on a really long winning streak as well. And the unbeaten run has been absolutely fantastic. So, with regards to competitions we were involved in, of course, we won the Premier League in the end by 5 points to Arsenal. Manchester United and Manchester City finished 3rd and 4th respectively. Liverpool get that 5th spot. And Newcastle in 6th. Chelsea in 7th will probably get UEFA Conference League football, but a surprise to see them that lowly. Spurs only 8th, get nothing. Relegated from the Premier League this season were our final opponents, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, as well as Crystal Palace and Brighton. Brentford safe a couple of games ago. So, be weird to not have Aston Villa in the Premier League again. The FA Cup this season was won by Manchester United over Arsenal, so not only did they bottle the league, they bottled the cup as well. And Liverpool won in a Merseyside derby in the Carabao Cup by 3-0. The Champions League was won by Barcelona over Liverpool. So it returns to Spain in this save. The Europa League was won by Newcastle. So they will be Champions League next year, having finished outside of the top 4, despite winning on penalties against Villarreal. Because of winning on penalties against Villarreal, despite finishing outside the top 4, they will be Champions League next year. And Valencia beat KRC Genk in the Conference League to ensure that they will be in the Europa League next year, regardless of what their final league position was. With regards to goal scorers in this particular save this season, our very own Tommy Edwards got the golden boot in the Premier League with 25 in 38. Nonto with 22 at Manchester United. We had Salinas there with 15 in his 25 games, which certainly is respectable. And Salihovic was on a goal per game basis with 12 in 12. So he was only 3 behind Salinas in half as many games. It's not really a difficult decision, is it, to decide who starts up top next season. Edwards not only got the golden boot, but got the silver boot, so to speak, for the most assists in the league as well with 26. What a season. 25 goals, 26 assists. He's a bit good, that Tommy Edwards, isn't he? Salinas there with 11 assists as well, so fair play to him. Fleming there with 8 too, which shows that he's had a good season. Patrick Guy with 7 from midfield, which I wasn't aware of. Salah with 6 as well. Is Salihovic making that list? He's not quite. Clean sheets, Richardson. We kept 17. We do have 84 rated Corin joining us in the summer. But Richardson's gotten even better. So Richardson will still be our Premier League goalkeeper and Corin will play the cup football, or vice versa. I haven't decided yet. Maybe you guys could let me know. Yellow cards, etc. we're not that bothered about. With regards to the things for the Champions League, one of our fan objectives, we'll go through all of the fan objectives in a moment. One of the fan objectives was to top one of the Champions League lists. Unfortunately, we didn't do the top goal scorer, the assists, the clean sheets, or the yellow cards. But thanks to getting sent off against Borussia Dortmund, Tom Edwards is joint first in the red card chart. So I'm going to count that, and we win. We green tick one of the fun objectives. It's not ideal, not what we expected to do it, but we'll take it. we didn't really achieve much else, to be honest, this season with the fun objectives. Burnley and Bournemouth are back to the Prem next season. Watford, Sheffield United, West Brom and Middlesbrough will battle it out for a place in the Premier League this time around. I think I just mentioned earlier in the episode about Middlesbrough in the last episode, but that was the Southampton save, so I got myself mixed up again. Plymouth, Luton and Barnsley relegated from the Championship. In League One, MK Dons and Derby are up to the Championship with Blackpool, Birmingham, Swindon and Peterborough United in the playoffs. Cambridge survive again! I swear they finished 17th almost every single season in this save. Portsmouth, Burton, Rotherham and Crewe relegated. In League 2, Shrewsbury, Stockport and Crawley up automatically with Gillingham, Doncaster, Wigan and Bristol Rovers in the playoffs, and relegated to the National League would be Morecambe and Harrogate Town. So in the Champions League with us next season will be Lyon, Marseille and Paris Saint-Germain. Although Lyon the ones that win the league in France, PSG continually falling off the wagon in France. In Germany, Bayern still own the wagon. 66 points though is a very low winning tally, and they lost 10 games. Mönchengladbach and Dortmund lost 3 and 4 games respectively, but because they couldn't turn those draws into wins, Bayern have still won the league. Leipzig will join us in the Champions League as well as the other aforementioned 3 sides above them. In Serie A, Inter win the league by 4 points. Juventus, Roma and Fiorentina will be Champions League next year. AC Milan only 5th for them. Napoli only 9th, this year's real life Serie A victors. Benfica win the league in Portugal by a point. Porto are a long way behind. Again, more draws. That was the issue for them, as was the case in France as well. The SPL was won by Celtic ahead of Rangers. La Liga was won by Real Madrid. Again, a lowly points tally of 76. A lot of draws. Barcelona with a lot of defeats. Atleti only 4th. And that is all she wrote for the important leagues, or at least the big leagues that really make an effect on our save. So with regards to the squad, this season we've had quite a bit of growth. I'll have a quick look at the stats. So Tommy Edwards, 31 goals and 30 assists in 53 games in all competitions. Yeah. Captain by right, 90 rated, and still one of the save's best players. Nacho with 36 goal contributions in 36 games. He is averaging 1 a game all told. Fleming with 27 goal contributions in 53 games. He played almost every single fixture as well, and got more contributions than Salah. And actually, Fleming's up to 83 now and he's level with Salah in overall rating. Salah with 19 in 54. So Fleming will start on the left, and Salah will be replaced in the starting line on the right-hand side. Is my current intention for the summer transfer window. Faris Salihovic up 12 goals in 12 games, and the 4 assists as well. Very, very good indeed. Didn't really do much for us in the Europa League, but that's not to worry. We certainly will expect to get plenty out of him next season. I'm expecting Tom Edwards' level of goal scoring from Salihovic next year. Guy got 12 assists, to be fair to him, in all competitions, and 4 goals. Bianchi with 7 contributions in 15 games is very respectable as well. Navarrete from left back with 5 contributions. Of course, the young Felipe Rodriguez with 3 as well. Schultz with 4, and then Francisco da Costa got 1 goal in the Champions League. Romero with a goal and 2 assists. Parra with a goal and 3 assists. And Fernandes in goal for Nottingham Forest, got an assist in the Premier League for them, so fair play to him as well. With regards to development then, Richardson has peaked at 82, but he peaked at 80 last year and then again was unpeaked at the beginning of the year, so I'm hoping that happens again. Cleber Fernandes up 4, Romero up 3, now peaked, but again, hopefully dynamic potential will take over for him. Ziegler's up 2 and Alvarez up 3. Still probably both either going to be sent out on loan or sold next year because they're just not growing enough. Ben Jack has peaked now, 87. Again, we hope that will continue for him next year. And Francisco da Costa is up 7 this season to 84. He may well even eclipse Ben Jack next season, which would be remarkable. What a growth Francisco da Costa has had in the past 2 years. Ross is rubbish. Min Jae-oh has not grown anywhere near as much as we hoped he would. Saeed has been called up. Baka, I think Baka goes, to be honest. We'll look for a higher rated backup centre-back to partner with Carter Little, who hasn't peaked yet, and he's still growing at 82. Navarrete has peaked at 84, but again, we hope that that will improve next year. Up 3, Harley Cooper at Napoli, so probably send him out on loan again. And then Sissoko will continue on as the backup fullback. Rodriguez and Cassidy called up this year from the Youth Academy. They'll be loaned out next year. Rocha up 5 to 77. Looking decent, but not good enough really to threaten the starting lineup, unfortunately. So probably another loan spell for him. Fleming will continue. He's not peaked yet at 83. Yamada's going to get sold. Baumann, really unfortunate to get that long-term injury. Was at 80 rated, dropped to 79. I don't know what's going to happen in centre mid because we are going to look to buy someone very good. Lucas Meyer up 2 to 76. I'll probably look to sell him next season. Javi Paranel peaked at 78. That might change next year. I don't expect it to. Patrick Guy up 5 to 86. Well, actually, he's only an exciting prospect now rather than potential to be special. So he may only grow by 2 or 3 next year, but that'd still be pretty good, wouldn't it? Dennis Lima up 3 to 75. A number of these guys I might just sell on now at this stage. Bianchi up 2 to 82, but peaked. That might change next year again. We don't necessarily expect it to. Pepe Rivero up 4. He'll go out on loan again next year. Geraldo's going to go out on loan as well. Jose Paz is up 6. So he probably might be involved, but when I've got Bianchi, I can't really put Paz in ahead of Bianchi, can I? So maybe Paz goes out on loan, and if we feel like we want to recall him, we can. Edwards is Edwards. Up 4 and still going. Ferreira up 5 with a potential to be special tag, I think. Currently out on loan. We've got so many players that are just not quite there yet. In the late 70s, and they're not good enough to be involved. I mean, Maxime Walter's stats are outrageous, really. For 77 overall, 87 agility, the rest for physicals, they aren't impressive, but 88 ball control, 90 dribbling, 88 curve, 84 long pass, 89 long shots, 86 short passing. He's really good. I think maybe we sell Bianchi and we have Maxime Walter as one of our backup cams. Jose Paz would have something to say about that as well, but his lack of ability in the pass is certainly outdone by Maxime Walter. Martin, still potential to be special. He's going out on loan to Bayern Munich next year, so hopefully he can grow very well indeed. Salah is peaked at 83, although we expect that to change next season. Cisse up 9 to 73. Patrice Cisse, he's still potential to be special, but still not quite there. Ferhat Ali is going to go out on loan to Hamburg next year. Branku's up only 2, so I'll probably look to sell him on. Schultz has peaked. Probably sell or loan Schultz. I'd imagine Ahmed will go out on loan. Felipe Rodriguez, I'm probably going to look to loan. Now, actually, is he already going out on loan? No, just potential to be special. I might loan him because Nacho will be back up now to Salihovic, who's peaked. But obviously, we expect that very much to change next year, and he'll take over with the starting spot. Navarro up 5. He's got potential to be special too, but still out on loan. And Kai, bless him, still isn't growing despite 2 back-to-back loan spells. So it might even be 3 back-to-back loan spells. So unfortunately, no more growth for Kai Konik. In the Youth Academy, it's just Nikolaus Kaya now, who needs to grow a lot. So I'm not really going to do anything in that regard on his side of things for next season. We'll just leave him where he is. With regards to the objectives this year, 89 managerial popularity, very, very good indeed. Critical youth development, but no objectives. Brand exposure, they wanted me to sign 2 players of the same nationality, which we didn't do, actually. We did, however, get a streak of 3 clean sheets in away matches. 5 in total, actually. We did do the financial short-term objective. We did do both the domestic success ones, and we did actually do the continental ones as well. Both getting to the group stage for the Champions League, and then following elimination from the group stage of the Champions League, we did reach the quarterfinal of the Europa League as well. So we've done very, very well in that regard. And then on the fan objective side, we actually have done not quite so well this year. I'll show you the fan objectives here. So we said we ticked that 1 of 1 for the leaderboards in the Champions League, although red cards is not necessarily the area that you want to lead. So you might well assume that we've not done 5 of our 6 this year. Please keep your fan objectives coming, of course, for next season. I don't recall scoring any headers or volleys this year at all, which is very peculiar, but I genuinely don't think we did it. So maybe we keep that for next year and try and actually get something in that regard. We did have 3 players do the triple-double. If Salah had picked up 1 more assist, he would have done the triple-double as well, because he had 9 assists and 12 goals. Only 3 times did we score in Fergie time to change the result of a fixture, and we didn't reach Wembley at all, but certainly we look to change that next year. We only got 8 points in the Champions League group stage this year, and we very much would like to eclipse that next year as well. So maybe those 2 stay for next season. I will certainly take your feedback into account in that regard for next year. So the final thing to look at then is you guys over on the Patreon. Your players are as follows. Of course, we will be updating everything with regards to clubs that you're at or what you're doing or positions and stats, etc. for the new save that follows this one with Sheffield United. So keep your eyes on the Patreon. I will be putting out a post soon to gather all of that information moving forward for the start of the new save. So please keep your eyes peeled for that. And if you are wanting to join the Patreon at the VIP tier to have your player in game for the next save, then around about now or over the next week or so would be the time to go and do so. So Will, James and Jordan are all 91 rated in goal, and 2 in England, 1 in Spain currently. Of course, plenty of transfers could happen in the summer window. Rob is 87 at fullback. Connor and Tommy, 87 and 88 at centre-back. Nick, 89 at fullback at Karagumruk. Actually, we could have a look and see if there's any transfers pending. So I'll do that at the end, actually. We'll have a quick sweep through. Dylan, 87 at Sochaux. Craig, 87 at Cluj. Daniel, 88 at Valencia, who won the Europa Conference League. So congratulations, Daniel, on that front. And Manchester United won the FA Cup, didn't they? So congratulations, James, on that front. Scott, 94 at West Ham. Tom White, now 94 and a free agent. Still nobody yet able to afford his wages. Nobody's taken a punt on him as of this stage. To reiterate the fact that I don't have Patreon players at my club because everybody pays the same Patreon pledge to be involved in the save, and I feel like it would be unfair if some get loads of channel time being part of my club and some don't. I think that would be just, quite frankly, unfair. So I don't sign any of them at this stage. If those of you on the Patreon, well, no, I think I'm just going to keep it as is because it genuinely would be unfair, and I don't necessarily want to make anyone feel like they're not getting value for money with their Patreon pledge. Dawson is 92 at City. Millie is 91 at Brighton. We'll remove Medina because he's not going to be good enough to be involved. Brandon is 88 at Club Bruges still. Isaac Morris is 92 in this save. We absolutely could contemplate signing him, but I fear he would be gameplay breaking because of just how good he is. Still at Bologna as well. If you're absolutely sure you want me to bring Isaac Morris back for next season, then I will consider it now that we've won the Premier League. But know that it's not my preference. But in the comment section, if you see something you agree with, thumbs it up. And of course, leave your own comments as well to ensure that those favourite comments and popular comments rise to the top. AJ is 91 rated at Forest. Liam, 94, similar position to Tom, with regards to no one really being able to take the plunge on his wages. Leao da Silva is a player that, maybe I could look to sign him as a right winger. Maybe he's the go-to guy to be brought in as a wide man, because technically he's exceptional, and physically he's not as fast as Isaac Morris, so maybe we go for Leao da Silva instead. Manu is 89 rated, also at Newcastle, and growing very nicely. Daz is 91 at Brighton, a teammate of Millie. Manu, a teammate, of course, of Leao da Silva and Will Hillier in goal, who's at the top of the list, of course. French Puskas is 92 rated in his reincarnation. Kyle is 92 at Inter, finally escaped, of course, being at LAFC in this save. Now, Jack, 90 rated at Tottenham. Matthew, 92 at Marseille. Aiden, now 95 rated at Southampton, and by far and away the highest rated Patreon player. Colin, 89 at
at Konyaspor still and Barnes Cutter, 92 at Chelsea. Of course, we won't normally get this far into a save for you guys to reach these ratings, but these really long-term RTGs, so probably the same with the Cambridge United one next year as well, you guys are going to be able to get to these massively high ratings, so it's really intriguing to see. And of course, there may well be transfers yet to come for the summer window. I was going to go through, actually, wasn't I? Just have a quick look and see if anyone actually was touted at all. So Ambrose went to Manchester United this season. Rob had bids rejected by FC Köln from Borussia Dortmund and Liverpool this season. Elsewhere, Millie joined Brighton this year. And other than that, I don't know, has anything else happened other than Carl to Inter, as we mentioned? Leverkusen had a bid turned down from Marseille for Matthew Davison as well. And Colin had a bid from Roma turned down by Konyaspor for the Italian side to take him to Serie A. So there genuinely could be plenty that happens transfer-wise in the new season if clubs start to accept bids. So please do keep your suggestions coming in for fan objectives. Again, I'll leave the list in the description, or the link, sorry, in the description for the kit submissions. Please do that as soon as possible, because I'm probably going to pick them later on today as you see this. So get it done as soon as you can. And I will see you in Season 8 tomorrow as we go for as many trophies as physically possible. That'll be fun. I'll see you next time.